Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our Simtrax broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster, with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hey, Bandit Racing League viewers, Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you about BanditRacingLeague.com, your place for all things Bandit Racing League information. Check out any of the pages on the site, including the schedule, to find out where we'll be the rest of Season 13. You can also check out the broadcast page to see past and future Simtrax broadcasting productions of the BRL. You go to our About page and you can sign up and learn more about the series and maybe be one of our newest drivers in Season 14. You can also go to our point standings to find out who's on the cutoff line to make the Season 13 playoffs, and finally see the results of our most recent race. Best of all, it's got links to Geezer Authentics as well as our live broadcasts, so you can get all your Bandit content.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Simtrax Broadcasting. This is Patrick Morrison coming to you live here at the Nashville Super Speedway. These guys are definitely getting excited out there about returning back to this concrete track. As we're taking a look at Brandon Jackson out there in the 99 Ford, trying to knock down a solid time. First lap for him, pretty dismal, as he's going to be starting in that 21st position. I guarantee he's going to be looking for a lot more than 21st. Let's see where he ends up, and wow, flies off the chart. Not bad, 21st to second place start. That is much better. Definitely a high-intensity situation when you head up to the front line, and you're going to try to duke it out there with John Osborne, who not only was the fastest one during practice, but he was also the fastest one during qualifying. So he is going to see what in the world is going on out there on the track. Now, a lot of guys have been pretty excited about how this race is going to go tonight and how it is going to unfold. We'll also release a few extra things. If you saw the commercial that we ran a little bit earlier. A shout out from our sponsors of Geezer Authentics. Definitely check those guys out. I think I've even got some merch out there with my name on it as well. You guys can go ahead and represent a little bit of that. I think Jay Tway already has some of that. I think he sent me a few pictures. I've seen the hat on him at least. But they've got hoodies, we got banners, we got all sorts of stuff out there. So check out Geezer Authentics and don't hesitate. Now would be the best time to go ahead and do it. Fan Appreciation Night will be next week. So keep an eye out for what you got to do to get into it. As so many other drivers and so many other even fans out there are going to be joining in, and definitely try to blow up Bill Harkin's email out there. I guarantee you that send him 4 or 5 of them out there, and try to see if you can win you a little something that they've got a little bit of a giveaway as well. We'll teach you guys all this all a little bit here tonight of how to register and how to get in. We'll talk a little bit about it. But Stella, I want you to talk to me a little bit about Nashville out here. You know, we sit at a concrete track. These guys are pretty happy about this track, but it can be a little trickier than they expect. A lot of guys have some trouble exiting turn number 2, and that ends up unfortunately slinging them off to the side and kind of having these guys slap off the wall a couple of times.
Uh-oh. Let's not make this the next Darlington, huh? Well, this track is your D-shaped oval, so we're used to seeing that. 1.33 miles. And 14-degree banking is not tremendous. I mean, we're not looking at a Daytona here. But the front and the back go down very sharply. We're looking at 9-degree banking in the front, 6 degrees in the back. So it is going to have to, they are going to have to take into account that entrance and exit, just like you say. But this is the largest concrete track in NASCAR. And not too old, opened in 2001, but it only lasted about 10 years before everybody kind of went belly up. They gave a shot at selling it a couple times, but that didn't work out. But they did manage to open it, open it again in 2021.
Yeah, I know it's been off the NASCAR circuit for quite some time. I believe the trucks have been actually rotating around here just a little bit, so more of the trucks and the Welland series is when we have seen these guys coming out onto the track and doing a little bit, but not really the Cup cars. Cup cars have actually kind of hung back just a little bit. Xfinity started tipping in just a hair, and then, yes, those next-gen cars now lay down some rubber here at this track. It's a love-hate relationship there, Stella, between guys who end up running out there on the pavement and guys who run out there on the concrete. Now, we're going to confirm the amount of laps here tonight. I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication. Stella, let me know 100% what exactly our laps are going to consist of here tonight. Originally, I believe 113 is what we were looking at, but we'll go ahead and keep you guys updated here of what is going on out there on the track. Quick drivers meeting is what everybody is going through currently to go ahead, lay down the ground rules, what is expected of our drivers, and how to give you guys the best racing experience, not only for the drivers, but for the viewers as well. I guarantee you a couple of people out there in the chat. I see Matt Crockett out there saying those laps are at 133 out there in the game. We're going to confirm that. I do want to make 110% sure to see if this does or does not change any kind of strategies that these guys have decided to take. Yeah, that's going to be a 20-lap difference, which could be the make or break of somebody's race here tonight. I assure you, fuel mileage can be pretty critical out there, especially if guys are not getting exactly what they expect out of the car. A quick little pit stop may be able to square their car away, fix it, and be A-OK. So we'll take a look here in just a moment at the Nashville Super Speedway. Normally this, I believe they run it as the Music City 200, but tonight will actually be the Geezer Authentics, which, what's our number, Stella? 133 or 113?
133.
All right. Beautiful. Excellent. Good. Then we got her squared away. So we'll show you guys the Geezer Authentics 133 here. Of course, 133 laps is what we're going to be running here tonight with a 70% fuel limit. 3 sets of tires will be down in the pit. And, yep, These guys will have a one faster pair out there in this fixed setup league. Bradley Shin, I'm showing as a no-show here tonight, so maybe scrub him as our race control tonight. Nicole Crazel will be the one, our eye in the sky. She'll be checking everything, making sure she's doing a great job. And the commentator joining alongside me tonight will be Miss Stella. 69 degrees on the track. That is, for race car terms, that is ice cold out there. That is going to be extremely hard for these guys to get any sort of grip out there on the track, especially with the new rubber that these guys are going to be running. And speaking of the rubber, Stella, now we kind of poke around a little bit out there of what we have expectations for our drivers out there. We're not in the next gens, and I don't believe we're in the 87s. We rotate back to the Xfinities. So now, once again, we're back on those 10.5-inch tires. Guys are, they're... You don't have as much power as the 87s did on the 10.5-inch tires, but you got a lot wider of a car. But we don't have the low-profile tires that the next gens do, and they don't really powder as much. The tires more melt and then chunk off. I mean, how is this setting guys, offsetting them here tonight?
Well, I don't know, but it's setting me off. I am not quite sure what we're going to be watching as far as the tires go. That's that will be a mystery to me. With this temperature, I don't know whether they might as well be on bicycle tires, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. Well, right now out there, Jay's even going to say it's probably going to start feeling a little chunky out there, and then hopefully making everything is A-okay. Jennifer joining us out there. Kelly Queel. All right. Glad to see you guys are definitely lighting up that chat tonight. I love to see what exactly you guys have going on. That is going to bring you our beginning of our race info out there, as it looks like the drivers' meeting will close up here. That brought to you by the Perfect Shine Auto Spa out there. As we are getting ready here, about another 3 minutes here left in that drivers' meeting, as you see if you can find your drivers out there, any kind of different cars. Bob Barry, that's your bit of honey car, but
a bit of honey.
Yeah. And I also see Eddie Haggy out there. There he is in the 97. It looks like that Simtrax is still on the side of that car. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Hell, we might chunk him a little extra if he can come away with a win here before the end of the season. I think Eddie Haggy's due.
He's had one.
Yes, I think he's due for another. Right now, that driver is currently sitting in front of him in that pit stall, the 85 of Cody Welch. One of our toughest drivers to beat out here. Definitely he is. A lot of guys are circling around the 85, and not just a driver to beat. They circle around more of his pit stall, around his pit crew. What is he doing that is not, that is out of the norm? What is he doing to figure out how to beat us? And that is exactly what you see out of Cody Welch, which, oddly enough, to me, I think when you start weighing your options out here of guys who could how to word it, not take him down, more of his largest competition out here, somebody who really offset Cody Welch and in a very good way, I would probably put Nick Nickerson into that fold out there, saying he is probably one of our top 5 drivers that to give him a run for the money. Now, Stella, we joined the Bandit Racing League back in season 12. This is season 13. Nick Nickerson came away with the win for season 12, but I would say I think Cody Welch has returned back to the league, I think, to retain a title. And he is doing a heck of a job here tonight. Before, I believe it was season 11, I think it went to Eddie Haggy in the 97 Chevrolet. So, but Haggy has been on, and it's nothing against Haggy, but I think he's been on a little bit of a slump here lately. He doesn't get as many wins, but we've seen that even out of some of our best leagues out there that we broadcast for. The talent begins to grow. The drivers begin to figure out what other guys' strengths and weaknesses are, and the league begins to change, and that's exactly, I think, what you see out here tonight. And you're seeing it unfold as the Bandit League continues, and for 13 seasons strong, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I would just call it evolve. The league evolves and it matures. Your younger guys come up, they get better, they learn The 82 and 28 seem to be having a a bit of a dance-off on the infield.
Well, the Big Red Propane team, I guess, is going to be heading to their backup cars out there. So we'll see how it goes. A couple of guys are trying to fix a few extra pieces on the outside. Word through the grapevine is we got one driver out there who's been doing some having some internet connection issues, and I'm hoping it is not going to be the 00 Chevrolet out there of Jackson Knock.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jay out there is saying it. Yeah, trying to see what's going on as you guys are already getting and jumping the gun there. Glad to see that is working out for you. I'm sure Bill Harkins will be very happy to see that you guys are using the website. I see Budget Rides Off-Road is saying, show him why you are first in the points, Welch. So he knows. He's gone to the points and found out how he is on the top of the chart out there. So that is going to be exactly what you want to do. And if you can find your driver here, you'll find where they are out there and kind of where the strong points are, I would even say. You know, a couple of guys have been having some opportunities out there to be faster, to be better, but I would say Nashville is really that wild card. Nobody is really strong at this track. No one's really weak at this track. Everybody has a kind of an equal opportunity to get out here and honestly make a name for themselves and put their name in the record book as a winner here at Nashville. It's such an odd track. It seems so simple. You can run 2-3 wide at this track, no problem. But a lot of drivers are saying this is a single lane racetrack. Once you're caught in the dirty air, you are stuck.
Ah. Yeah, because I'm looking at like you say, 3 wide ought to be easy on this.
Yeah, you would think. You would think. I just don't know. If things are moving around a little too much, or things are just dialing it up, or changing their different strategies that we're seeing out there. So it's a little bit different of what we're going to see. But the Xfinity cars, what a way to try it out. So, all right, pace car rolling on off. Let's go ahead and get to our starting grid, brought to you by the Perfect Shine Auto Spa, as we get this one kicked off here at Nashville. John Osborne and Brandon Jackson. We stuck with Brandon Jackson during his qualifying time. He holds on to the second spot. Moving on to Scott Fleener, who sits third. Paul Wilson will be starting in the fourth spot. And really, right now, I talked to the team out there of GFR and Paul Wilson. Everybody was tipping their hat to that guy. Excellent start for him tonight. Normally that 82, we're seeing him in the back 15. He's getting a top 5 start, as well as Kevin Foster, who's currently sitting in 5th. Mark Allen Bivens will be our 6th place starter, and that's going to bring us to Connor Gibson and Nick Nickerson for row number 4. Eddie Hagge starts 9th. He'll be rotating back in the field here just a little bit at the start. Quick hot lap for qualifying, but not so fast during practice. Let's see how he can hang in there. That's going to move us on to Sean Britt, who finishes out our top 10. Curtis Yancey, the Young Guns crew out there trying to kill them all, sitting 11th. Brett Guzik is 12th. Moving on to Benjamin Lacey, David Lakey, Ricky Hart, and Jackson Knock making up our top 16. From there on was Matt Crockett, Carter Phillips, Bob Berry, Hayden Paul, Ethan Sikorsky, Cody Welch in the back of the field out there, with 22nd spot for him. Bill Harkins will be sitting in that 23rd, and that is how many drivers we've got here starting this race tonight. Here we go, under green flag is Bill Harkins. A little slow on the start there, but Bill will look to be fighting his way back up to the front. Let's see if we can find some trouble out there where I see Benjamin Lacey. Looks like he's already in some trouble. Down on the bottom, as notice who's on the outside. The 04, Brett Guzik, and I'm sure we got a lot of fans out there hoping that 04 can turn around his luck, especially from where it ended up glitching out on him last week. Did not work out, and Guzik looking to return back stronger tonight.
Yeah, just a little note on Bill Harkins. He's having some equipment trouble. He has no force feedback on his wheel. Nothing seems to be fixing it, so he might be hanging out there in the safe zone in the back.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He may want to wait for a solid caution, and then that way he can come down, get down into pit road and see if he can fix that thing. You wouldn't think, people used to race on controllers, steering wheels without force feedback. But once you have force feedback, which for anybody who out there doesn't race, steering wheel as you turn to the left, it actually fights you to try to turn back right. You can actually feel the car going through the turn. When you have that force feedback, you know what the car is doing. You're able to make that adjustment. And with him, without that, he's just kind of cruising around out there with almost a loose steering wheel. So you have no idea what the car is feeling like, if it's getting around the turns like it's supposed to. So Bill Harkins is going to be on the back foot here to start this race. Hopefully we are able to see him come alive. Speaking of coming alive, check out Sean Britt, currently sitting in ninth in that number 5 Weathermaster machine. Now he's up to 8th. This Chevrolet has been on a good roll here so far. Sean Britt has been pretty quiet here the past couple of weeks. Now I know Sean Britt got in the connection out there with a driver last week. And I hope he doesn't have that. And Stella, I would say last week broke a lot of hearts. A lot of guys had some high hopes for that race, and then it just kind of fell apart on them.
Yeah, we had 114 laps last week. We had 6 leaders, but when you have 11 cautions for 44 laps, that's 39% of the race done in iRacing. It doesn't leave a whole lot of chances to make a move, and then when you're getting wiped out for it. So maybe we'll work on being a little cleaner tonight. Yep.
Well, I guarantee you, they were. Remember, I said they were having a drivers' meeting there at the beginning. I assure you that may have been a subject that was touched on out there. You said that we had 6 leaders last week. Well, we're up to our second. Brandon Jackson has gone ahead and taken the lead away here. John Osborne with a hot lap has now dropped down to the 7th position. The only Toyota currently sitting in the top 10 out there. And Stella, do you have any stats of what our best vehicle is to finish here at Nashville? Because I currently have 5 Fords sitting in the top 6 drivers.
That is not something that, see, you would have to sit here and know what every single one of these guys drive, Biffle and Riggs and all that in the Xfinity series to be able to hammer that out. Take me a whole lot of time.
Okay, I figured there wasn't too much, saying that that the Cup cars weren't spending a whole lot of time at this track, and it's rather new to me. Everybody here currently in the top 5, other than Kevin Foster, has gained at least 1 position. Paul Wilson has gained 2 to sit second. Bivens has moved up 3 from 6th to 3rd, and Nick Nickerson sitting from 8th to 4th. So fast move there. But right now I am still kind of poking around out there. Cody Welch, who is sitting in the backfield, working his way up to the front as he's putting Matt Crockett onto the side and making it a problem of the spotter. Not one to mess around with Matt Crockett at all, but Crockett gets a 1-2 punch as Ethan Sikorsky gets on around him. Now notice how David Lakey is currently sitting in 15th. Right now, kind of a mid-pack driver. He's kind of mining it here. Woo, gets a little bit loose. And I think somebody's getting ready to jump on that right now. That's Cody Welch reeling him in.
There it is.
Up on top of the 85 Chevrolet of Cody Welch here. We get lap number 11 underway. Right now, Paul Wilson has regained the lead back from Brandon Jackson, but not for long. Those guys are still side by side out there. Let's try to hone in here on the lead as Brandon Jackson goes ahead and slides right back on past. Yeah, Wilson looks like he gets a bad turn here, because not only does Brandon Jackson get back around him, Mark Allen Bivens is taking a look here on the inside. Now Bivens, after serving a wicked penalty at the beginning of the season, has learned his lesson and is now out here being a force to be reckoned with. Not bad here for old Bivouac, trying to work on it. On the inside, Paul Wilson, still the spotter's problem on the outside. Right now, I think Nickerson is kind of waiting for Mark Allen Bivens to burn his stuff up here to see if he can slide underneath. Paul Wilson will have some turn exit speed. That's why he's able to hold on still. laps, this battle continues to rage on here. And Mark Allen Bivens gets on through. Brandon Jackson able to laugh this one off as now he's making a separation from the field. We've seen this a couple of times out of Brandon Jackson here, but he hasn't been able to pull through. A couple of times he's been able to get out front and separate from the field, but some interesting pit strategy calls have taken him out of the running here. Hopefully that does not continue. Checking back in on our pole sitter, John Osborne has marched himself out of the top 10 and is currently sitting down in 13th. Normally we see John Osborne and Kevin Foster out there working on a little bit of strategies during the race. But I think Kevin Foster has got a lot stronger plan here as he still remains in that 5th position. 15 laps into this, doesn't look like tire wear is becoming that much of an issue yet.
Yeah, I do actually have an answer for you. That'd be Chevrolet.
Chevrolets are the strongest.
Yes.
All right. Well, Mark Allen Bivens being the only Chevrolet in the top 5. The next Chevy we can find is back here with Sean Britt, currently sitting in 7th. And Connor Gibson right behind that. There's Connor Gibson out there. Looks like he's in a new paint here tonight. I think he's representing Sprite. Yep. Not only the SpongeBob helmet for him tonight. Eddie Hagge loses a position here to Benjamin Lacey, who just got around him not too long ago. Hagge is now sitting, fortunately, still in 10th, but I think Brett Guzik's lining him up here. Guzik to the inside. Sets the 97 on the up against the wall there, and now Jackson Knock is getting a fender in. And we were saying there might be a little blinking out of Jackson Knock. We'll keep an eye on that 00 here. We hate saying that OxyClean is having a bad time here tonight, but so far, well, I don't see any connection problems out of him, so.
No.
Yeah, so looks like that not only are your clothes clean, but his internet's clean. He's getting through. Look at Cody Welch still slicing through here. As he is taking our pole sitter of John Osborne, setting him back to 14th. Not so fast, says John Osborne, inside line. And the 85 starting to pick up some pace, get a little draft help from Hagge. Dives back into turn number 1. So they are still side by side with David Lakey. We're sitting right behind them.
Yeah, these guys are doing a nice job here. I mean, a little swishing and back and forth, but no tagging, no real paint exchange. Nice clean racing, first 18.
Yep, our top 3 have made a half a second breakaway from the rest of the field, and it is starting to grow. Brandon Jackson, Mark Allen Bivens, and Nick Nickerson, I think, are all working together to get away from this one. And our first fumble out there, we've got the 51 machine of Curtis Yancey rotating up and making contact look like there with Ethan Sikorsky in the 94. May be wrong. Notice how the drivers are dropping way down to the bottom here. And that's going to cause some issues. As they're as low as they are coming back and then rotating back up the track, and it's just not enough. If I'm not mistaken, taking a look here, I do want to take a peek. I may be incorrect on my driver. I think this actually might have been David Lakey we made contact with, the 84, not the 94. Watch how Sikorsky dives in. Once he hits that yellow line, rotates up, and goes ahead and gives Lakey a little lick there to the side.
Yeah, Ethan Sikorsky did well to check up behind both of those fellas before turning their rear bumper into a U shape.
Yeah, it was definitely a nasty turn there. Hopefully Yancey's able to calm it down just a little bit. We've seen Yancey drive pretty aggressively out there on the track. But he tries to drive the tires off this thing. Hopefully he's kind of checking up just a little bit there. He gets a good turn. Decent run. Now he's got to make a choice. John Osborne or Eddie Hagge. Yeah, some would say that might be an easy one. Let's check in on Paul Wilson. I want to see how he's doing as Brett Guzik continues his roll up to the front. Guzik now has 7th. Not bad for Guzik. That's 5 on the night.
Yeah, Jackson Knock looks like he was going to travel right behind him, but the 82 there, Paul Wilson, said, not so fast. I'm going to take this one.
Well, a little blinking there. There's Jackson Knox. Yeah, he's dealing with theirs. His internet connection not quite as clean as we thought it was. So we sit shotgun here with Jackson Knox. Yeah, he's blinking out pretty bad. Looks like the grocery gets to the driver, so we are losing a little bit of touch with him. Maybe he's able to calm that down. That is him making the full clear there from Paul Wilson. Wilson wanting to reel him in as he did a little bit of a slider there on the inside. And look at it right now. That is Welch to the inside, looking underneath the yellow line here. And there it is.
Yikes.
Sean Brett holds on to it. Cody Welch holds on to it.
Connor Gibson still rolling.
Connor Gibson holds on to it. No caution. Already some trouble here on lap number 24.
Yeah, a little pinball action there for sure.
All right, make sure you put that down as a bullet. If we find any of those guys in the top three, I got to ask them how long it took the pit crew to get the seat off of them. Holy cow. That was close. Lap number 25 underway. Connor Gibson now has dropped down to the 18th position. Right now, unfortunately, he is the driver who's lost the most positions here on the night.
11 back.
Yeah. Well, he said Chevrolets are pretty strong. Right now, that Canadian is not liking his USA-made vehicle here. All right, Jay out there saying he's loving the save so far. We appreciate everybody joining us here for the broadcast here tonight with the Bandit Racing League. Yeah, we are pretty much single file here, and they are getting a solid breakaway from the rest of this field. Mark Allen Bivens 3/10 behind. Another 4/10 behind that is going to be Nick Nickerson, and then Scott Fleener, fortunately, is closing the gap here. Fleener and Benjamin Lacey, I think, have been able to come up with some sort of an answer there, and may be able to get a breath of fresh air to that car, despite following in the dirty air to try to catch back up to that front pack. Right,
yeah, see, this is where it boggles me as far as, far enough back to get nice clean air, but you got to get close enough, to be in the bubble, but then you're too close. There are so many moving parts to this as far as where it's comfortable to drive and where it's more advantageous for you.
Yeah, a lot of it is based not just on speed, but a lot of things are based on aerodynamics out there and just how the cars play up. You don't really run into much of this in your normal daily driver. Try to add 100 miles an hour faster than what you normally do. Right now I think some of our top speeds out there, let's pick a driver, let's say Kevin Foster. Kevin Foster, his top speed tonight has been 176 miles an hour. I think around a 1.3 mile track, so
that's kicking it.
right, so it gets to the point where you're driving so fast that the wind stops entering the window. It just kind of gets quiet and goes right on past you. So a lot of guys, the aerodynamics take a big change of how the nose meets up with the spoiler of a different car, how it feels out there on the track. So yeah, we hit an aerodynamic bubble, we get a little bit of this going on, a little bit of that, and we try to put a race car together, and it's all in the hat, right?
Yeah, I was watching Kevin Foster there. He was getting pretty close to Jackson Knox, but has decided now to rest back a little bit, and that's only caused him to have to deal with John Osborne coming up on the bottom.
Yeah, John Osborne coming back alive here. Remember I said Osborne and Foster seem to work very well together? Well, there you have it, 8th and 9th for those two guys. Oddly enough, I am fairly certain that Mr. Osborne is not part of the GFR racing team. A couple of things you weigh in on their decision making. Edmund out there is asking, is the fuel run around 38 to 40? Just about. With a 70% fuel limit, just about. I've been wrong before. I try not to really give a fuel window too much because we are given fuel windows of, let's say, we kind of hint at 35 laps.
Next thing you know, they're doing 42.
Right, they're doing 42 because somebody decided to take it easy and start doing a whole lot of drafting out there, and it kind of puts us on our place up here in the booth. We're not quite sure how these guys are driving out there and how it feels. Now, yeah, I would say comfortably, yeah, about that 38 mark sounds right, and probably he's reaching up around 40. But, you know, with Brandon Jackson leading 99% of this race here, he has been sucking down a lot of fuel. He's had no help, no draft, and he's been out front this whole time. So we may have to see him pit much earlier or a lap or two earlier than the rest of the field. Mark Allen Bivens right now enjoying his time sitting right behind him and sucking up all that draft as they now have a 1.3 second lead over the rest of the field. We find
Nice.
Scott Fleener back here. Nick Nickerson may have had a bad turn and gotten loose as Nickerson has now dropped down to 4th.
Yeah, and you were asking before, John Osborne sitting in 0 Foxtrot tonight?
Yes. So he is down there with Connor Gibson, Curtis Yancey, David Lakey, and Hayden Paul. And we haven't seen Hayden Paul in quite some time. As he's now having a little bit of trouble out there. He's right now about 14 seconds off pace there. Hayden Paul in the 54 Ford.
Awesome rims.
Yeah, can't miss him. Budget Off-Road, I think, was asking the same question out there, but we're going to shoot him down. We're not going to let him know.
No,
That's all right.
no, he just realized that in your answering one, I think you answered the rest.
Yep. Yep. Bob Berry actually falling back down to 19th as Sean Britt gets around him. Remember, Britt dealt with a little bump and bang out there on the track. It seems no worse for the wear. Paul Wilson. And this is a lot of drivers that, you know, were pretty quick out there earlier. We're actually falling off the table here later on in this run.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the times. I'm not seeing any shocking, differences as far as everybody's lost maybe second and a half, from their best times tonight.
Right.
So
But that was a second and a half fall off after about 38 laps. So.
Okay. I don't know. We've seen ones where they. Sorry.
Well, Mama Goose is asking who's Fleener. Fleener looks like a cougar to me.
I saw the face on yes, it made me giggle. Totally forgot what. Hey, we've got somebody taking it to pit road.
Do we have our first taker?
We do.
David Lakey. David Lakey coming on down.
All right. I would be curious whether this is a, trying to do an offset,
Off-cycle pit?
cycle. Thank you. Oh my.
Yeah, look how Benjamin Lacey has moved up 8 positions, just as many as Brett Kuzic currently. Definitely working here.
Jay's asking whether Scott Fleener's also from USORL.
What? You don't know that?
Me? Oh.
Yes, that would be the same. They would be identical.
There you go, Jay. And don't go meowing at me.
All right, check that out.
Oh.
905. Somebody got hoodie out there. Looks like a Cody Welch hoodie. All right. See, well, I told you about that stint. We now got guys reaching out there to lap 41. 2 more
Yes.
takers, Matt Crockett and Hayden Paul, coming on down.
And Ethan Sikorski's already come down and head back out. And my curiosity is, David Lakey, did he have a little off-track incident coming out of pits?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Just curiosity.
It marked him as off-track there for a bit. And I just wondered if, he did, like, circle, Sometimes the guys come out on the cold tires on the cold track and it runs a circle. Not enough to cause caution, but just enough to make a notation.
Yeah. Redmond is asking out there if some of these guys are clutching it out there. Maybe. I wouldn't think so. Not this early.
Yeah. Here's Curtis Yancey down pit road.
Brandon Jackson still our leader out there. Currently only the top 19 drivers still on the lead lap. Curtis Yancey's about to lose a lap here, though. And I think that is Carter Phillips and Bill Harkins. They are catching up to Eddie Hagge, Jackson Knock, Brett Guzik working their way on down.
All right, at least we see some coming in clumps now. Good job, staying to the right. No penalties being held here.
Yep. Oh, you want to talk about clumps? There's one. Our leader,
right.
Brandon Jackson, coming on down. Mark Allen Bivens, Scott Fleener, Benjamin Lacey, Nick Nickerson.
And the rest of them. Ricky Hart, Connor Gibson, Cody Welsh, and Bob Berry.
Yeah, Welch not interested in staying out there. See if they can squeeze it out. Right now, Redmond out there is saying 3-stop. There you go. All right. I thought we were about to head to math class there for a little bit. So some are going to try to squeak it out to about that lap 90. And that would be assuming that we do not end up with any yellow flags out there.
Right.
But that's where the strategy comes in. Do you come in and pit during a yellow flag?
Even though you've already come in?
Right.
All right. Well, John Osborne, Kevin Foster, and Paul Wilson are making their debut to the pit stall. Patsy Steele out there says she loves the purple car.
Man. All right, Sean Britt is working his way down pit, and our last driver, who is scrambling to stay on the lead lap here, is currently, yep, there he goes, coming down pit road now. So right now, looking at some of our pit stop times, not bad here by Brett Guzik coming in on lap number 43. He will be now obtaining the lead on lap 47. Right now, it looks like our leader, Brandon Jackson, is in a tight spot. He was just in the middle of a 3 wide as we come to the end of it there. Benjamin Lacey able to squeak out. Brandon Jackson gets out front, and it looks like Jackson Knock and Mark Allen Bivens still swarming around that 99 machine. Using some of that fresh rubber as it tends to heat up here and shoot on through.
Yeah, we have gained a little bit as far as temperature on our track. We're looking at about a 71, close to 72 now. So they're laying down a little warm rubber.
Yep, well, it would be a lot better, and it's going to start feeling a lot better out there. Fortunately, no cautions have come out here tonight. So they should not have any sort of problems with the track cooling down as much, seeing as fast as they're getting around. Times resuming back around that 30.3 mark out there on the track, rather than the fall off that we were originally having, hovering almost around 32 seconds. So now everybody picking up the pace. Track is rubbered up very well. Continuing to charge. Finally, we are getting a Toyota up front. Brett Guzik is going to be the one to do it. But right now, he is under fire out there by the filming the wild vehicle of Benjamin Lacey, who's to the inside.
think he might have it on this turn.
Yep, he's working it right there. He's just going to full clear. He's going to rotate up. He's got him. Brett Guzik wants to shoot back across. Get in front. It looks like that lead easy come, but now he's back to second. Now easy go. The 04 Toyota, Brett Guzik there. Currently in that number 2 spot. Brandon Jackson looking to get a little something going on. See if he can get a pass here. Take a look at the 99.
He's got some help by Mark Allen, too.
Yep, well, 99 was about to come back up. Good move out there by the spotter to tell him somebody's to the outside. And still, that just goes to show you how well these guys drive. As Guzik is not only getting passed by on the outside. Whoa!
A little too soon.
Well, Guzik wants to move down, but Bivens is blocking it. Holy cow. Right now, as we were kind of riding along there with Brett Guzik in the middle of a 3 wide, goes to show you how crazy that is. All right, they will use up their tires. Is what Mama Goose is saying. Right now, Brett Guzik may be hanging off just a hair.
Woo. Sorry, that was a really kind of a drastic change of lane. Looking though at the pit times, another entrance into pit road, but it looks like everybody did the standard 4 tires and fuel. Some maybe a half a second more, maybe they had some optionals, but other than that, we should be back on a even playing field.
Yep. Ricky Hart looks like he had a disconnect problem.
Oh.
In the pit he goes. Having some trouble out there, but you know, we are looking at Mark Allen Bivens, Brandon Jackson. If you look to see Benjamin Lacy, he is 1 second ahead of the rest of the field there. What a breakaway.
Okay.
As Brett Guzik gets
like
marched out.
Bad.
Brett Guzik's getting marched out of the top 5 here. As Nickerson is now looking to the inside. Yeah, lap number 55 is underway. Nickerson trying to get the full clear, and he does. Scott Fleener in the 49 Ford sitting right behind him as Guzik is falling backwards. Guzik now would need to make up 2 seconds to regain the lead out there.
Yeah, I'm kind of amused. Rocky Top Twizzy out there says they live next to the track. Gee, why don't they hear the cars? All I can say is turn up your volume a little bit. That's the only time you're going to hear the cars tonight.
Really? May it sound like we're almost too far away.
Rocky, they live next to the track. Nobody's running around. Nice carbon fiber and an MSD ignition system.
And Guzik now sitting down in 7th. Lap number 57 is underway. Stella, now is a really good time to kind of give a little bit of a hint out there to what we've got coming up here for Fan Appreciation Night.
It would. Okay, let's see what we've got. Well, we are going to be going in 2 weeks to Darlington, and we are going to have fan appreciation to where you come watch the race, as you should and could. Need to be subscribed to Simtrax Broadcasting. That way you can chat up on the YouTube chat. And when you do, you will be signed up for a drawing. But you need to type in the word Simtrax-BRL. That way we know that you've been listening, not just that night, but tonight also. which means we appreciate you for being repeat viewers. And they will enter you into a drawing, and you'll be winning some prizes from Mr. Bill Harkins. Yeah, I think they have some T-shirts from Geezer Authentics.
Yep. That they do. So I'll go ahead and get the QR code down at the bottom right here. You also see it during our commercial screen, which we'll be cutting to here in just a minute. And you'll kind of see what the prizes are there, and you'll see the QR code that you guys can scan. But remember, this is going to be during the Darlington race. Hey, K-Doggy, appreciate you joining us back here, buddy. Haven't seen K-Doggy out there in quite some time. Glad to see him rejoining us back in the chat.
And just
go ahead.
To clarify, Simtrax BRL, as in Bandit Racing League. I'm a little under the weather, so it might have come out wrong.
Yes, well, apparently that, the quad virus is getting everybody.
No, this is just spending too much time out in the cold air. It seems to have deepened my already deep voice.
Wheel said she won last time.
Sweet.
Maybe hopefully they'll get you, we'll be able to get you something here this time. All right, guys, hang in there. Lap 63 is underway there, coming up for lap 64 to hopefully get that one underway, and hopefully everybody gets out of there unscathed. It's getting harder and harder out there on the track. We'll cut to commercial from a shout-out from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hey Bandit Racing League viewers, Marshall Crocker Jr. here, driver of the 785 Racing number 78 car, here to tell you all about the all-new Bandit website. From this week, BanditRacingLeague.net is your place for all things Bandit Racing League. At the top of the website, when you log in, you'll see a couple tabs, including our Season 13 schedule, where you can see where we'll be every given Wednesday night of the season. We got our live racing broadcast page, courtesy of Simtrax Broadcasting, where you can watch all of our past races from this season. We've also got our About page, which includes a little bit of info, and a Request to Join link, where you can become one of our newest drivers in Season 14. Finally, we've got our standings from this season, where you can find out which of your favorite drivers will be in the top 12 at season's end and will make the Bandit Season 13 playoffs. And finally, our race results page for the most recent results from the last race in the calendar. After you're done watching tonight's broadcast, why not go check out BanditRacingLeague.net to learn more about your favorite Wednesday night racing series. Thanks very much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our Simtrax Broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster, with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Alrighty, coming back on the start of lap number 70. Appreciate you guys hanging out there for a shout out from our sponsors, LAT Racing Oil. Don't forget, we also have Apex Racing. They donate everything to the Bandit Racing League when you decide to buy from them. And Stella FMR Performance, talk to me about them. FMR Performance, they make some good stuff out there.
They do. That FMR stands for Fred Mott Racing. Performance aftermarket products for your everyday hot rod. Look for them on Facebook and eBay under Fred Mott Racing.
Excellent. All right. As we stick to it here right now, when we did come back from our commercial break there, Scott Fleener has been putting some pressure on Jackson Knock here for quite some time. The 49 Harbor Freight machine is seeing if he can get something going. Whoop! Jackson Knock, a little disconnect there. Come on. And right now, we're going to be wondering if that McDonald's internet is treating him well here. Right now, he is trying his best to keep connected out there on the track. RC, I guarantee, is double checking and having an eye in the sky to make sure he's not getting too crazy out there. If something else is happening, Scott Fleener will definitely radio up and let her know if Nicole Crazel needs to do something about it. So doesn't seem it's that big of a deal. Speaking of big of a deal, that is Bob Berry. I believe that is him going down a lap here, as that is Benjamin Lacey who just slung around him. Now, Lacey is over almost 2 seconds out in front of Mark Allen Bivens. There's our second place driver. And you want to talk about a breakaway. This is something I would have expected to see out of the 99 of Brandon Jackson when he was out there. So, a little tough here. Especially out there on the track. Now, some of you guys are saying two-stop race or a three-stop race. Now, especially being a fixed setup league, a two-stop is definitely for sure. Would they be able to save enough fuel to make it to the end? Some of our drivers made it on lap 45. We double that puts us at 90. Can we make it from 90 to the end? That's gonna be tight.
Yes, but doable, I believe.
Yes. Well,
yeah,
a couple
Benjamin
of cautions. Yeah, a couple of cautions would end up running us out of fuel there.
Yeah. Benjamin Lacey's been hitting some pole positions. He got pole for the Gateway race and for the Pocono race, but it was not until Indianapolis Oval that he took both basically a wire-to-wire win. So he is what would you call it, a contender.
Yes, well, he's coming back into play, and I would say about mid to late of this season, starting to kind of open it up here, and it's interesting to see. Lacey a little bit of a bumpy start at the beginning of the season, and it doesn't seem to be affecting him at all now. He's definitely making a name for himself. Drivers like Cody Welch would like to figure out what he can do to slow him down. I have to throw a few nails out there on the track to see if we can bust one of those tires out.
Shame on you. Yeah, K-Doggy out there is asking whether this is an opened or fixed setup. It's fixed. The unique aspect of this league is that every 3 races they change cars, which is pretty cool. They go from Xfinity to Cup to 87s. Or what do we call it? Xfinity to Next Gen to 87s.
Yep.
Is that better?
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah, Cup can be a couple different ones. That could be the Gen 6 cars or Gen 5s that, in some cases.
Gotcha.
So, yes. Yeah, currently we are Xfinity here tonight. So it is a pretty interesting race here so far of what these guys are able to do. Curtis Yancey, remember, he was having a little bit of a tussle up out there with David Lakey. Lakey has not been able to recover since that last contact he had with Curtis Yancey out there. Yancey has been able to break into the top 10, currently sitting in 9th. And Lakey is still hovering around 18th.
He has the capability of seriously putting on some speed. Right now, he holds the lap record for this race. He's the only one to have broken 30 seconds.
Yeah.
29.86.
Not bad. I didn't even notice that. I'm glad you pointed that out. 29.99 is what I'm showing. You're saying? 29.96?
29.986. Mine goes out 3 digits.
Ah, okay. Okay, so this is the difference between what getting it broadcasted on Fox and on Speed.
Okay. Hey, Doggy says, don't forget about those Gen 4s. I understand we're going to get some action with the Gen 4s.
The Gen 4s? You know about the Gen 4s? Bro, let me tell you, National Oval Racing Association, starting here on the next couple of Mondays. Keep an eye out there. I'll get a stream out there as soon as we have it concrete. Gen 4s are kicking off with the National Oval Racing Association on Monday. So that is going to be, ooh, man, am I excited. That's gonna be a good one. And especially they are going to be wheeling it back out there for some different pieces. Currently, Budget Off-Road, who had the fastest lap up top is our fastest laps. Right now, that is Yancey, 29.986. Currently sitting in that 8th position as he's put Kevin Foster into the rear view.
Gambit's come up. They agree, Gen 4s are crazy.
Yes.
Okay, that one you'll have to explain to me.
What?
Eggs under the pedals.
Nice and easy on the pedals. You want to ease on the gas, ease off the gas, ease on the brake, ease off the brake. Kind of like wax on, wax off. You know?
Okay. I'm more sand the floor.
Sand the floor. Okay. So so all I'm saying is some of these guys are saying with 900 horsepower, you really want to be careful. It's more of an ARCA car setup, but double the power. And the cars are pretty wickedly insane out there. A little harder to handle. So it does give you a respect for the guys that did race these style cars back in the day of what they were able to do, living on the edge. But definitely something to look at there. Take a look. Speaking of looking at it, I think that's Mark Allen Bivens right now under fire by Brett Guzik.
He is.
Yeah, Guzik back to the inside. Mama Goose was saying he was saving some tires. Right now, I think he was looking for it. Guzik gets shut down, though.
For the time being, he'll be back and try it again.
Yep. They're definitely tearing up that chat. I love to see it, guys. Stay active. Stay active. I know you guys definitely like tearing it up. Any kind of questions, we'll see if we can hammer it out the best we can. As our race is still being led out there by Benjamin Lacey. 2-second lead out there for Benjamin Lacey. Brett Guzik very close. Scott Fleener. It's pretty crazy when your top 10 is separated by 11 seconds.
That is.
He's beating him by almost a third of the track. Jennifer's, we're kind of hoping Cody Welch can come back alive here. Currently sitting down in 14th. And right now, Welch's time sitting at 32 seconds. I don't think, if I remember right, Cody Welch wasn't feeling very confident about this track even coming here. Right now, he is actually one of the slowest drivers out there on the track. Bob Berry with a 32.04 out there. And hopefully Welch is able to maybe come back alive. I'm wondering if he's hanging back just a little bit, waiting on a caution here. Stella, honestly, I wouldn't.
No. No, not so far. But yeah, I believe he said something last week regarding he had not been on the track yet, so that he would have to take a step and do some laps out here. Maybe he didn't make it this week.
The learning curve. Now, speaking of learning curve here, somebody made a different curve into pit road. Brett Guzik and Matt Crockett. And I think Jackson Knock. We saw him blink out there and then come back. Hopefully he's able to figure out what in the world is going on there. Maybe he's got some different, come on. Guys go. Right.
Yeah, we chuckle with no shade, but the when we talk about the McDonald's Wi-Fi or whatever, we had a leak that is what they claimed. One of the fellas who would always blink, oh, you've got to get some better Wi-Fi. You can't hang out at McDonald's. So it's just kind of a side eye as far as that goes.
Running
it
joke.
Happens.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens. You've got something downloading in the background. You've got you got Comcast. Yeah, well, that explains a lot. Things like that. So.
Whoa. Benjamin Lacey, our leader, coming on down. Mark Allen Bibbs going to have an opportunity to lead the first lap of his race tonight, as now he has a handle on it. John Osborne returning back to the top 3, with Kevin Foster right behind him. But when Benjamin Lacey came in, that was kind of a hint for everybody else to come on down. Scott Fleener and Nick Nickerson joined him. I believe it wasn't but a lap before Cody Welch, Connor Gibson, Bob Berry, these guys came down pit road as well. Who else decides to come down? Mark Allen Bivens, John Osborne. Here they come. Looks like Kevin Foster. Sean Britt, last time he was out, was able to hang out at least another lap. If he's doing the same, he actually might be able to hang out not 1 but maybe 2 laps. So he is going to make sure he has enough fuel to
Paul
make
Wilson
it to the
is
end.
going to do the same thing, it looks like.
I gave him the same move to Starbucks.
Oh, I was thinking Panera, personally.
And, all right, Sean Britt's coming in.
Okay.
One more taker. Let's see if he decides to come on down. Paul Wilson, he's coming.
There we go.
Coming on down into pit road. That leaves us with Bill Harkins, who hasn't pit since lap 46.
Okay, that's right in the range of these guys.
Yep, but remember, he is still fighting out of no force feedback.
Doing all right, though, tonight. Staying out of trouble.
Get refills. Oh, man. You guys think the long game, baby. All right. Check out Bill Harkins, still out there since lap 46. Not bad here, as you see right there. Connor Gibson working on around him. Gibson is actually on the lead lap. The car strings will probably come down this time.
And Carter Phillips is off track.
Uh-oh. Some damage to the front nose of the Beefeater machine.
Ooh.
Yo, there's our caution.
Oh.
Wow. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. That just put Paul Wilson in not a happy mood. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Caution number 1.
Who else was involved? Matt Crockett was involved as well. First caution here of the night. Only person that I think is going to be happy about that is our caution sponsor group of LAT Race and Oils.
Aha. I should chime in at that point, right?
Almost, but swing and a miss.
Sorry.
All right, let's start actually. I want to rotate back to lap 89 and see what got Carter Phillips off track here. And maybe try to explain what happened with some of this damage.
No.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so Carter Phillips got off track there. This is where we caught up with him with the amount of damage that he had. Boy, Cody Welch. Boom.
Clink.
I would say from the looks of it here, Carter Phillips couldn't steer. Something was wrong. You see him trying to get down to the bottom, and his car won't stop going to the right.
Yes, once he hit the wall. My question is, what made him spin out and hit the wall?
Oh, coming out, it looked like he came out of Came out of pit road, fresh tires, and spun it and slung it sideways.
There you go. That's what I thought. All right. Well, we've got a lot of people taking advantage of this caution.
Well,
right
now would be a good time to pit. If everyone pits now, this will guarantee. Yeah, look at the wheel turn to the left, and it's still going up. Yeah, bad time. I would say, Paul Wilson's probably pretty upset about that. But Carter Phillips is trying to get off the track, but it just would not straighten up here. So I hate seeing it out there for Carter Phillips, and I think probably worse. I hate seeing it for the 82 machine out there.
Budget Rides is asking if everyone is now a lap down. We have one fast repair tonight, K-Dog.
Yes. Yep, one fast repair, so they get one more chance. I think Paul Wilson has gone ahead and used that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, 3.92 out there for Paul Wilson. Surprised to see him not throw on an extra set of tires just because.
But he just came down. Really?
Yeah, it might be possible. Pace car lights are out. We'll be getting back to it here. Benjamin Lacey, Curtis Yancey will actually be our drivers in the front. So Benjamin Lacey and his astronomical lead that he had has been wiped.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to start again. Can he break away? Jackson Knox sitting third, I think. There he is. Brett Guzik will be to his inside.
Having a good night.
Yeah, I'm looking to see Brandon Jackson. See what I mean? Just able to lead so many laps there at the beginning and just poof. Just having trouble bouncing back. 13th position is where he's currently sitting. All right, let's take a look and see how the 07 of Benjamin Lacey and the 51 of Curtis Yancey go ahead and take off here as we get ourselves back under green. Thank you, LAT Racing Oil, for going ahead and sponsoring our caution flag. Only one here tonight, but there might be another as Jackson Knock is nowhere to be found.
And Nick Nickerson just traded a little paint there, but we're good.
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Alrighty. Guys, don't forget down there at the bottom right, we are cycling that QR code through there. That is exactly where you want to go to get to the website out there for the Bandit Racing League. We want to claim some prizes.
Authentic.
Yep, we want to claim some prizes, see what these guys are doing. That's your quick link to get there. Don't forget to hit that little star, save it in your favorites. That way you can get to the Bandit Racing League anytime you got a hunch. You're sitting at work. Oh man, Bandit Racing League. Gotta happen. 31 machine of Connor Gibson, currently sitting in 10th. He's the only one right now under fire. I think Brandon Jackson wants to get back into the top 10 here. Let's check out Nick Nickerson. I think he's making a run here to the inside to see if he can put Mark Allen Bivens behind him. Bivens real solid through that turn. Benjamin Lacey catches Curtis Yancey, and now Yancey's going to be trying to see if he can reach out and touch him here, but look at the distance that the number 7 of Benjamin Lacey's got here.
Yeah, he has a fast car tonight. Man.
I know Curtis Yancey doesn't want to play second fiddle here tonight. He's going to want to go out there and be one of the fastest guys. Jackson Knock, he's got to really worry about his internet connection here. They may black flag him. Very, very close here. I think what would bother me the most here, Stella, is when his blinking starts is at a critical moment. If he were going in a straight line, it wouldn't bother me as much, but it's always when we're in a turn or he's getting 3 wide and you have no idea where he is. So all the Knocksters out there really hoping that 00 can straighten it up here. But look who's coming into the screen on the outside. All right, Jennifer Wonders, be happy about this. Cody Welch gaining 15 spots here on the night, currently sitting in that 7th position on the outside of Nick Nickerson.
He was in 14th when we were doing caution laps. That's impressive.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like Jay's out there on the He's Authentic site. He says there are mugs and desk mats out there, too. I know. That one desk mat, it's calling the name. I'm just waiting. I'm sitting back holding on it. I don't know what I'm waiting on, but...
do they do quantity discounts?
That would be pretty cool.
I want one too. That was what drew my attention last time I was up there.
All right. Benjamin Lacey's still leading this one. As Curtis Yancey's now under fire by Jackson Knock. Knock to the outside. Hopefully isn't able to make it clear yet. Let's see if we can get a better view of this. There we go. Jennifer out there saying she never lost her faith. How?
Excellent.
How? This guy's tumbled around outside the top 15, and here he is. Oh, dog!
no.
Curtis Yancey, goodbye.
76 came off the wall. Took him out.
Wow.
And there's our caution number 2. Lap 103.
All right. Let's see if we can make an interesting pun. Let's see. Mark Allen Bivens. He should play for the Cleveland Browns, because he just totally punted that guy straight into the infield. Wow. Okay, yeah, that was bad. I promise I won't do that again. Let's go back to this caution here. This should be a quick one. Holy cow. Yeah, it's slinging off track like that, though. That was pretty fast. Let me take another look at it here. 76 is getting a huge run here to the outside. Why did Yancey rotate up so high?
I don't know, but if that wasn't a shoulder check, I don't know what was. Oh, I didn't even see Brett got caught up in that.
Yeah, I think Brett was able to survive, though.
Well, I don't see why Yancey isn't either.
Well, here's pit road. Stop. Gas. Yeah.
And we'll stop and take a little fuel.
You know, if a spin out like that happened, I don't know why you wouldn't make faces at your own pit crew. Like, dude, we made it. Curtis Yancey flying off track like that. My biggest curiosity here, Stella, is why Yancey went up the track. The worst part is this is right when Knock
Yes.
blinks, and the 51 almost lets go of the wheel here. And I'm wondering if he had no idea where he was. Yeah, you look at the hard turn left. Yeah, I think it scared him. And the 76 wasn't sure either. He reappears and clips him.
I was going to say, because 76, to me, hit the wall was the first incident I saw. And then it just, when he came off the wall, he popped right into Yancey.
Let's take a look top side here.
Okay, but yeah, he was avoiding 51, who was, like you say, coming up the track.
Yeah. But I do have to say the budget off-roads does make a point. He's saying he drove him up. Mark Allen Bivens had nowhere to go. You know, so, I mean, what was he supposed to do? He kind of went up and nailed that wall there.
Yep.
And even during the caution here, I think Fleener... Oh! I would assume that's a mistake.
What happened back here?
I don't know. It's saying that Scott Fleener crashed. And it looks like he clips the back end here. What happens? Oh! Welch!
Oh, no. Oh.
A little sleight of hand there. Pay attention to the left hand, but no one knows what's happening on the right. Holy cow. Runs up on the guy, jerks to the left, and hammers him.
I think we saw a choose cone car hit under the same circumstances.
Look at Welch. Blocks him, blocking, psych! Boom.
Oh, man.
Well, I thought there was another driver who ended up almost getting in trouble, too. I think it was the number 5 of Sean Britt. I think I saw him in the infield.
Well, he was off track.
Well, yeah, look, he's trying to stop. Yeah. Well, one thing that most guys do is I would say they do radio up to each other and say, pace car in
Help?
turn 2. Pace car in turn 3. I know the crew chief app that I use, he tells me where the pace car is and how fast the pace car is going, so at least I can try to figure out where everybody is. Pit stops for some, but not for all. Benjamin Lacey and Nick Nickerson coming in on lap 105. Fresh tires and fuel for these guys as they get back out there. Jackson Knock is actually our guy on the oldest tires out there. Lap 87 is when he took them, so let's see how Jackson Knock does out front. And finally, looks like John Osborne returning back to at least close to where he qualified, currently sitting in third. Brandon Jackson, if he could just get out in front, we may see him returning back to the lead where he was. So there are 3 guys out front who are looking to redeem themselves. Jackson Knock with an internet issue, gaining 15 on the night. Brandon Jackson's qualifying second, wants to get back in the lead.
But how do you pass him? You know, that's my only query here. So Brandon Jackson goes to lay down on the inside and pass, and you don't know whether Jackson Knock is blocking you or not until he reappears. That's rough.
Yep. Budget Off-Road out there asking how many sets of tires. Other than the set that we had on the car, 3 more remain down in pit. So most everybody out there has already taken all 3 tires, except John Osborne, who's only been down in the pit road twice tonight. Eddie Hagge is another one, only been down twice. But Benjamin Lacey coming in and getting that late set of tires here, joining along with him. Wow, where'd Knock go? There he is.
Oh.
Yeah. That was
still
scary.
Looking for him up here. Yeah.
That was scary. So they went ahead and marched him out. Knock is down to third. And we are back under a caution. This one involving Matt Crockett back in the 15.
Scott Fleener's off track too.
Yeah. Fleener's destroyed. Yeah, Phillips has been down there for quite some time. Matt Crockett looked like he wasn't the only one. 3 drivers may have been involved in that one. All right. Well, LAT Racing Oil's getting their shout-outs here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened to Matt Crockett back on lap 111. Sean Brett sideways back there with Yancey getting into him.
Oh.
That's who I thought I saw. That is Sean Brett.
Oh.
Dude.
Man, yeah, caught Matt Crockett right on the quarter panel.
And Sean Brett survived, though. Un mas.
Okay.
All right, what starts this? This is the.
Uh-oh. That's Yancey again.
Yes.
Yeah, but Sean Britt's coming down.
Yeah. And there's already damage to the
up.
left rear of him here. Yeah, Britt gets rotates down, catches the 51. Fleener thinks he's got it. Oh.
Just uses him as a cushion to stay off the wall. Oh.
Yeah, Scott Fleener just probably used his fast repair for that rear ending back on lap 105 with Bivens under caution. So I don't know. We may see Fleener's night over with here.
Yeah, he's already been down having his pit crew working for over a minute and a half.
Yep. And so was Matt Crockett. Crockett dealing with more damage, but remember, Crockett actually ended up in an earlier caution. I think that was back. I think that was back around lap 89? 89 or 90?
We had the first one at 93.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now, Curtis Yancey has got a microscope on him now. All right. So let's take a look at some of our drivers out there, and I'm sure Patsy Steele's going to be pretty happy about this. As well. Let's go ahead and run through it. John Osborne getting back into the number 1 spot. Can he finish in the number 1 spot? Jackson Knox sits in second. Benjamin Lacey third. That's going to bring us to Connor Gibson and Cody Welch rounding out our top 5. Nick Nickerson sits 6th. As Ethan Sikorsky is 7th, David Lakey has fought himself back or up to the 8th position. This will be the first time I've seen him have a chance here in the top 10. Paul Wilson is sitting 9th. Remember, Wilson got in some trouble.
Thank heavens for fast repairs.
And Brett Guzik. I think Brett Guzik is around right now. Our little fire plug out there at the 51 machine that'll be caddy corner to him. He has been involved in the last 2 cautions. Pace car lights are off. Getting back under green here. Alrighty. This caution brought to you by the LET Race and Oils. We'll be back underway here. Alrighty, John Osborne, good restart here. Jennifer's hoping Welch can come alive. Welch currently sitting outside the top 5. He's got an opportunity. But Nickerson's to his outside. Now I think Nickerson would love to see that 85 go through the grass next. But speaking of going through the grass, Brett Guzik, pinball, there he goes.
Oh, wow.
No caution.
No, as long as he stays off the racing surface.
Wow. Let me take another look at that.
I would love to take another look at that.
Yeah, well, you see over top right now, I see it looks like there's some beating around here.
Okay.
Oh, Yancey.
Yep.
I think Yancey pushes the 82.
No, 82 checked up after he made contact with Guzik would be my... Ooh, Guzik, get back. Oh, okay. We definitely had a tit for tat there.
Yep.
Yeah, Yancey, I think, just made contact behind because the 82 checked up Paul Wilson. Oh, what?
I don't know, but we just got back to it.
Yeah, and we're under caution because somebody just tried to take out the safer barrier wall.
Well, I see Eddie Haggy and David Lakey get the worst of it here.
Hello. Whoop.
Right. Well, catching yellow fever now. We are now caught up in another caution. This one involving one of our beloved drivers of David Lakey out there. Let's take a look. Oh, Lakey. Did you see who he made contact with? That's the...
No.
Yeah, that's the 82 of Paul Wilson, who was just involved in the Brett Guzik spin out.
No.
What in the world is going on out here?
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these fellas are definitely having...
Look at the 82. 82 here with Guzik. I'm not saying this is Paul Wilson's fault here. But not only one, but here's the 82 again. And that sends Lakey up and catches the two of them. Lakey, hard shot into the wall. And hopefully both these guys have a fast repair.
Haggy hard shot into the wall too there.
Yeah. He's going to have to check his fillings after that one.
Yeah, I do believe he did. He was only down there about 4 seconds. Haggy there was.
There, poof. All right. David Lakey had a fast repair.
Excellent.
And Eddie Haggy's got a fast repair. Whew. All right, well, we'll see how this goes on for the remainder of this race. Curtis Yancey has fought himself back up to 5th. Dude.
No kidding. He sure is. So, but our hard charger for this evening, I don't think it could he could get too much further up, would be 85 of Cody Welsh, now sitting in 2nd place. That's up 20 since he started way in the back.
That is, that's impressive. So he'll be starting the outside here as lane choice goes to Benjamin Lacey. Inside
Fair.
line. Nickerson's still waiting in the wings. Setting himself up for the third place finish.
Nice.
As Ethan
Ethan
Sikorsky
Sikorsky
sits fourth, yep.
up in the top 5 for the first time tonight, I think.
Yep. Notice how the 82, Paul Wilson, sitting sixth. Mark Allen Bivens has been toying around up here in the front, along with Brandon Jackson. Don't want to forget Kevin Foster, currently sitting ninth. And
Yep.
Bob Berry
Yeah.
out there in the Harley-Davidson machine. Getting going here.
Yeah, sometimes it just pays to be clean out here as far as staying out of trouble.
Yep. All right. So Bob Berry can hold on to it. Bill Harkins is sitting behind him. Remember, he's still dealing with technical difficulties. He's still holding on.
I like it. He's up 12.
All righty. Geico restart zone. That is going to give the choice here to Benjamin Lacey. He takes it, and away we go. What a restart there.
My heavens, it looked like the rest of the field was asleep. Look at the space he has. That's over a half a second in like a half a lap.
Yeah, that's going to be very useful there for Benjamin Lacey, but it is helped out the most of Nick Nickerson. Starting behind the leader, this gives him the opportunity to go ahead and shoot up to the front and get in front of Cody Welch. I've got to say, when you got Cody Welch who's in the lead in the points, you've got to take every little nip that you can get here. And if even it's one position, you gain 5 more points than the driver behind you. You got to do it.
Yep, we've got a few shifts out there so far. Maybe we've settled down. Everybody's.
No, I don't think so. Mark Allen Bivens is getting bumped around out here. Yeah, Bivens almost going down into the grass. As right now they are almost 3 wide. The 99 sticking his nose in there. Brandon Jackson wants to move his way up to the front.
Yeah, but he can't go through Ethan Sikorsky to get there.
No, but look who's shooting up to the front now. Brett Guzik. Not worried about his tires this time. 82's going.
Boom. 80 did. So, we have another caution here at lap 123.
Is this still
And
going? Saying Carter Phillips is still avoiding a wreck out there. Oh, here's Spotter out there screaming like, what in the world's going on?
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to run back and take a peek where that one started.
Yep. Well, we were kind of starting to zoom in there on Brett Guzik starting to make a lot of headway. Shooting through those turns, it looked like he wasn't even letting off the gas. I think Sean Britt's gotten bounced around for the last time here tonight, but he's going to remain out. And the 82 of Paul Wilson is coming on down.
As well as Matthew Crockett, Brandon Jackson, Scott Fleener, and Hayden Paul.
Yeah. Brandon Jackson gets smoked out in this one.
Yeah, but he should have a faster pair.
Not showing currently.
Ooh.
Right now, I don't know if he had the tow. That car is pretty banged up. Let's take a look at it here. Lap 123 is when this happens.
I did not think he'd been involved in anything so far.
The 99 has a little aero issue. Oh, Foster, a little net code there, and a Sean Britt. Boy, what in the world's going on in this turn?
Too much.
Well, Foster doesn't touch him here. There's a ricochet. 99 trying to come down into the 82, but notice how they're not even touching, and it's showing the 99 spinning. Yeah, there's not even a touch here.
And then 76.
But the 76 isn't touching him either.
Can we do a straight overhead?
Trying to see if I can get a little closer here. How about this? Let's see if we...
You'd have to go back a little bit, see if there's a contact.
Let me see.
No. Didn't touch him. Now, I think Mark Allen Bivens did some touching. But that was unavoidable. Oh, and there's Sean Britt.
Oh,
it already...
Oh, Bob Berry and Connor Gibson.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. My heavens.
Yeah, this is probably just a spin out because he just barely made it through. Yeah, so there... I don't know about you, Stella. There was a ton of netcode on that turn. I mean, it looked like 3 or 4 people touched that weren't there. So, yeah, we're gonna try that again.
Yeah,
So,
I don't even know where to initiate that caution.
yeah. Well, Nick Nickerson is not going to have the restart ability he had last time out there with Benjamin Lacey. So hopefully they are able to work something out here. Fortunately, part of the GFR team. Hopefully they can talk through this one before Cody Welch is able to get a bite in. I see Jennifer asking out there, the 51 kind of excommunicate himself from the top 5. Let's see if he can get away right now. Ooh. All right. Smoothing it out, Yancey. To the outside is going to be the 76.
Yes, between the two of them, boy, they've made a lot of contact tonight.
Yep.
I don't believe either one of them would have a faster pair left.
I don't think so either. So 6 laps left to go. Guzik currently sitting in that 8th position. Mark Allen Bivens, he might be in some trouble here, but Guzik, he's putting himself in a high danger situation here, almost in a 4 wide. Right now, look at Guzik. This is not where I'd want to be. There's the contact.
Yes. 94 still fighting it.
Now, let me tell you right now, there's a chip on somebody's shoulder out there. Brett Guzik now holding in the 10th and comes down into the 31. We were overhead of that one.
We are still under green.
Yes, we are.
Off track.
His spin out was off track and then not in the field. That's why I was worried about his last spin out.
Yes, I thought he was going to come up, but he did very well and stopped before entering the track space.
Yep. All right, check out this battle here for the lead. Benjamin Lacey getting a mirror full here, the 85. Lacey, Welch, Nickerson. I was going to say, we've said those 3 names a bunch, but not here all together tonight. Lacey's still leading this one, only got less than a quarter of a second over top of Cody Welch. 3 laps to go at the line. And not a bad run here for the Geezer Authentics. 133 here. Guys, remember, don't forget to check out the website out there at the Bandit Racing League. Jennifer out there saying that 85 is waiting him out. That may be it. Cody Welch trying to set him up here. Still on top of the man's car. 85 Chevrolet surrounded by a couple of Fords. Right now with 2 laps left to go. Remember, he came in here having no confidence at a finishing place worthy of noting. But white flag will be this time by. Cody Welch needs to make a decision. Looks like Nick Nickerson is not going to be close enough to make a play here. This is Benjamin Lacey's to lose, turning into turn number 1. Welch turning on the afterburners. Patsy Steele hoping Nick Nickerson can come up with something there. I don't think he's got enough juice in the tank. Here's the separation between the two, Benjamin Lacey and Cody Welch. Excellent job here by Lacey, holding on to it. Welch giving a full send around the turn, and having it tonight will be Benjamin Lacey. Huge pile up here.
Yes, oh my goodness. And they are still going, and we've got guys that are end over end flipping back there. My goodness.
Dude.
But we do have a finish of the race. Our unofficial final is Benjamin Lacey, Cody Welch, and Nick Nickerson for our podium finishers tonight.
All right, we'll get them all lined up here for you guys so you can figure out where the 785 team landed up. We're at Team GFR, and the BC Sim Sport, and even the Young Guns.
Yeah, Budget Rides is even asking who back there had liftoff.
Jennifer's hoping the Ricky Bobby's going to be able to come up with something out there.
Uh-oh.
All right, so they will take a couple laps around this track as Benjamin Lacey burns them down.
I was going to say, I can go try to round up our fellas if you want to look for that airlift that everyone's asking
We'll
for.
see back here as I look to see that during this is when the checkered flag came out. Knock down in Osborne.
It's up front, yep. But wait for it.
Where is... Show me Knock. There he is.
Yep. Something hit here.
I
and
thought
they
it was the
went.
76 that launched.
Wait for
Boom!
it. There you go. Whee! My heavens, Carter Phillips just got up under there and launched him into the sky.
Right, top three drivers, Benjamin Lacey, Cody Welch, Nick Nickerson. We'll talk with them here in just a moment. David Lakey was able to get a 10th place finish. You said Bob Berry being clean. Yep, that deserves him a 9th place finish. Curtis Yancey, after some hammering around out there, got 6th. Eddie Haggy actually ended up in 5th. And remember, he got hit into the wall hard.
Oh, man. Yeah, something fierce.
All right, K-Doggy's out there saying he may have to look into this league. I don't blame you. This is definitely a great league. Got plenty of sponsors out there. If you got guys, if you're looking to sponsor a race, sponsor a driver, definitely look into the Bandit Racing League. We're always open looking for the good stuff. Always looking for the good stuff. And Bill Harkins out there saying budget, he made him a hoodie. Excellent.
Okay.
I like the all caps though. He's excited about that one. Alrighty, guys, hang in there, and we'll get a last shout out from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Hey, Bandit Racing League viewers, Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you about BanditRacingLeague.com, your place for all things Bandit Racing League information. Check out any of the pages on the site, including the schedule, to find out where we'll be the rest of Season 13. You can also check out the broadcast page to see past and future Simtrax broadcasting productions of the BRL. You go to our About page and you can sign up and learn more about the series and maybe be one of our newest drivers in Season 14. You can also go to our point standings to find out who's on the cutoff line to make the Season 13 playoffs, and finally see the results of our most recent race. Best of all, it's got links to Geezer Authentics as well as our live broadcasts, so you can get all your Bandit content.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
All right, everybody catching up with our third place finisher here tonight. Nick Nickerson can't get the best of Cody Welch out there, but what a tough race it was, man. You started, I believe it was 8th position. Talk to me about how you were able to fight with your Ford up to the front.
Yeah, I was just a little bit late to practice, so I didn't get to, practice quite like I normally do and kind of get situated for the race. So kind of just went out there and kind of trying to figure things out on the spot in that first stint or two, and got a pretty good handle on, man. It was just so difficult to pass, especially in the beginning of the tire stints on the restarts and stuff. We were just running too wide, and there was just nowhere to go. And you don't want to be a jerk and throw 3 wide every chance you get, but it was tough. And then towards the end there, man, like all 3 of us, Ben, Cody, and I, were just running as hard as we could and like just not making any room up on anyone. So it was a fun race. Definitely like that. Kevin got 4th place. Did a pretty good job as far as a team there, and but it was tough.
Yeah, a lot of guys were shifting around out there on the track, and a lot of aggressive driving. I know you were racing around Jackson Knock a little bit. Were you nervous?
I mean, yeah, there's a few guys out there. I mean, you just had to be aggressive. I saw people blocking all the way down to the apron on some occasions. Like, it was insane, man. Like, and there was a couple times where, I was behind somebody and they were slowing me up and through the center just a little bit, and then I would get dive bombed going into the next corner, and it was chaotic for most of the race there. But I'm still surprised that we made it, 90 laps under, 92 laps under green. So
Yep.
that was
93
surprising.
was our first caution.
Yeah, as wide as this track is, you would think it'd be a lot easier to pass out there. What was the key to kind of making a pass? Were you having to wait for somebody to make a mistake, or just dive bomb it in there?
Yeah, I mean, when it came to the passes, like sometimes you can kind of enter a little higher, and then drop down on the exit and get a good run. But you can only do that if somebody's not behind you, because if you tried to enter higher, then you would just get dive bombed yourself. But yeah, I mean, you say the track's wide, and it's just one of those things with iRacing, or maybe even in real life, where the track's super wide, but the racing line is very narrow. So there's a lot of track, but you can't use it, unfortunately. But yeah, then for most of I would say, generally speaking, we would just kind of start working ourselves out based on who can save tires. That's how those first couple stints worked. Is fast guys would go off and the guys were saving the tires. They would come through towards the end of the stint. Saw Scott and John kind of slowly making their way up towards the end of those stints. So, all in all, man, yeah, I thought it was a fun race.
All right, man. Well, we'll go ahead and let you get prepared for Talladega next week. Go and give me a shout out. Talk to me about Big Red Propane out there.
Yeah, man. First off, Bill Hadmans, everybody that participates. Of course, Big Red Propane, Clutch Automotive, Sueño Diazzo, Ultimate Towing, and appreciate you guys doing the broadcasts. See you next week.
Oh yeah, buddy!
Bet.
Congratulations! Nice race tonight. So we'll see if you can keep the charge going on, buddy. Good luck.
I appreciate it, man. Take care.
Oh yeah. All right, Nick Nickerson doing an excellent job there. That's going to lead us all the way up to the number 85 machine out there of Cody Welch. Definitely Gapplebees is where they say you're taking everybody here tonight. Dude, I thought you didn't have any confidence at this track.
I didn't. I think the first 90 laps of the race kind of proved that point. I couldn't do anything with the car. I'd be good for the first 15, 20 laps, and my tires would start to fall off quicker than everyone else. I'm not sure what I was doing wrong. Kind of what saved me was the late race cautions. Coming out, I was able to get tires and, work my way up to the front. People pitting in front of me, and I stayed up there. To get second to me tonight at this track is kind of unbelievable, but hey, I'll take it.
Man, you had a lot of people out here rooting for you tonight, especially with your low confidence level heading into a track like this. I mean, it's just Nickerson says he had trouble making any sort of passes out there, and seeing you were hanging in the back 15 a good chunk of the night. Would you tend to agree with him?
Oh, absolutely. If you wanted to make a pass, you better do it in the first 10 laps on new tires, because once they wore off a little bit, got hot, it was just single file all the way around, and making passes was tough for sure. That's why I was back there and figured I'd finish back 15th, 16th place tonight if it would have went green, just because I couldn't pass and I couldn't really find any way to make up speed. So, Yeah, I can't say not a good showing for me, but not a confident, I feel like I deserve to finish second tonight. But hey, sometimes that's racing. Sometimes it just goes that way. So.
And being able to stay out of trouble. There was a lot of trouble out there on the track. Did you just find yourself just in the right spot to watch it all happen in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, there's a few times I was behind it when it happened, and it's luck of the draw. Sometimes you make it through, sometimes you don't. Um, but yeah, I don't know what it was the last 40, 50 laps. I guess after that first caution came out, everyone started getting antsy because they knew nobody could pass. Once tires started wearing off, so they wanted to make their moves quick, and when guys are trying to do that, that's when cautions happen. So. But all in all, fun race. I definitely need to work on this track, and I think I need to work on a little bit of pace myself too, because straight up, Ben and Nick are beating me right now. I don't know if anyone notices it, but I notice it, so I got some work to do.
All right, well, we'll send you back to the drawing board and make sure you can get that squared away. Now, some people kind of pound their head into the sand like an ostrich here and hide from this upcoming track at Talladega. You were talking about luck of the draw. I mean, we look at how confident you feeling heading to the super speedway that really brings everybody out of the woodwork?
I feel pretty confident. I mean, I won the last super speedway race, so coming off a win on the super speedway tracks, I feel pretty good going into Talladega. So we'll see, but you never know. I mean, I could be running second and get taken out. So that's Talladega for you.
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
Now, happy thoughts. Jennifer wasn't feeling for too many happy thoughts about the 51 of Curtis Yancey starting to his inside there. I think she's a little nervous. Your night may be coming to an end, but they're making it. But you were able to survive. Cody Welch, go ahead and give me a shout out here, buddy.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, guys, for putting on the broadcast. You guys do a great job. Thanks to Bill and Bandit Racing League for putting on an amazing league. Thanks for everyone watching. Thanks to my wonderful fiance for letting me do this every Wednesday. Much appreciated.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget MF Racing Designs there on the side of the car.
Oh, yeah, MF Racing Designs, all the sponsors on the side of my car, too. They're well.
Attaboy.
Go check them out if you haven't.
Attaboy. Cody Welch, congratulations on second place finish, buddy. We are going to see what you can do at Dega next week.
Good, man. Thank you.
All right, Stella.
Yes.
You seem a little chipper tonight, especially after a dismal start, starting in 22nd.
Well, did he actually qualify, would be my question.
I don't think so. He was not in any shape or form excited about what was upcoming for him tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, but after a whole bunch of lead laps out there from the number 99 machine out there of Brandon Jackson, somebody who qualified outside the top 10 maybe just was not running his hot lap as the best lap tonight. Benjamin Lacey in the number 7 Ford in the Filming the Wild car, the Real Earth Films. Talk to me about this race. Benjamin Lacey, you put some distance on this field before we started catching yellow fever.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just really trying to make sure I was getting the laps in for the tires and then, or for fuel, and then saving the tires a little bit. And yeah, that worked out. Made up a ton of time on that first pit stop on entry and exit. I think I came in like P5 or 6 or something like that, and then I left like right on the tail of the leaders there. So, and I was able to get around them, and then I was able to drive away. I was just running the line and saving tires and fuel, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Tough to pass, but was finding ways to do it, and it was actually a ton of fun for me. So it was a fun night.
It's pretty impressive when somebody says they can get out in the lead by 2 seconds, yet you were saving fuel and tires. Benjamin,
it is the gift of clean air. That's what that does for you. When you have the clean air, you don't get the aero wash, you don't push up, you don't have to turn the wheel as much, you get to drive your line, especially when you get a little bit of distance, you can kind of relax a little bit, just run smooth, and then that's what ends up saving your tires, and you don't have to fight the dirty air in front of you. And after a while, you just start pulling away, and you're not doing anything different than what you're doing to get up there to the front to begin with. And so if they're going to pass you, you just got to say, hey, do it around the outside, or if you guys get a good run, then go for it. But that's the beauty of clean air. It doesn't matter if it's these cars or next gens or trucks. It's just the gift of clean air.
Gosh, I wish I had
Nice.
that. That'd be so cool to get to get clean air out front. I'm always tumbling around, 6th place, and I just can't seem to get any farther because it does feel like the car's being choked out there. But you're going to run into the exact same issue when we head to Talladega next week. I mean, Cody Welch feeling pretty good, coming off a win of a super speedway last time. You're going to be trying to fight through and seeing if you can get any part of your team to kind of rally together and fight your way up there. I mean, how does Benjamin Lacey maybe go back-to-back here?
Talladega, toss-up, man. Talladega is a lot of fun to watch because, I mean, anybody from any point in time can just come and win. What was it? Way back in the day, like 2000 or something like that, Dale Earnhardt came from like 18th or something like that on the last lap and won it. So that's the way Talladega is. That's the way it goes. And ironically, I think the first league win I ever had in all of it was on Talladega, I think. So, yeah. I mean, that's the only one I've ever had there. I just try to survive and help my teammates survive as best as possible. So that's going to be the name of the game for next week is survive.
All right. Well, we come off a 3rd place finish. We get a win here at Nashville. So we'll see what you can do at Talladega. You're going to need all the help you can get. It is a toss-up, man. I would say it doesn't matter what happens. Yes, 18th for Dale Earnhardt, but it had 5 to go. And he was able to come away with a win. I think that was
still crazy.
2000, I think, is when that was.
Yeah, still wild.
Absolutely, man. I go back and watch it. I think it's like an 8-minute video, and it's just like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Just right place, right time, able to make it happen. Benjamin Lacey, shout-out time, my man.
Yeah, Real Earth Films, realearthfilms.org. Go check them out. A lot of good work coming this year, so love having them on board and the work that they do, and it's absolutely phenomenal stuff. So go check them out, give them a shout out. And then Filming the Wild, the YouTube channel, so youtube.com/filmingthewild. Go give them a shout out, go give them some love, comment on their videos, help them get into that algorithm a little bit. Subscribe if you haven't, and also subscribe to SimTrax if you haven't. That'll be good stuff for everybody there. And Patrick, Stella, appreciate you guys. You guys do such a great job. And then Bill and all the admins of the league and our sponsors. I love it. So thank you so much.
Awesome, Benjamin Lacey. I appreciate you, buddy. Good job keeping it clean out there. You make broadcasting fun, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Benjamin Lacey with the win here tonight. Awesome job. He definitely had it. Don't forget, I'm putting it up here yet again, so you can't say I didn't do it. There's the QR code to get to the website out there. You know what you got to do. So get ready to get signed up. Darlington will be when we do it. You have to subscribe here to SimTrax. Make sure we're out there in the chat. And then it will be SimTrax-BRL. That'll go ahead and get you in the running for the prizes that they're going to be pulling out there. That's the QR code. Yes, I know I had a little fun with it, going ahead and having it rotating. So now you've got to figure out how to do it faster or to make a screenshot and see if you can snag it. And that way I know you guys are paying attention and you're watching. Stella, anything left to add here at the end of the Nashville Superspeedway?
Well, it was interesting because, like you were saying, Lacey finished 3rd last week and 1st this week. Welsh maintained his 2nd place between last week and this week, and Nickerson switched it around, went from 1st to 3rd. So same 3 fellas. We got to get some action in here and give these guys some real competition.
Well, these seem to be the cleanest drivers out there. I'm not saying everybody out there is a wrecking ball, but I don't think there was any other driver out there that was untouched by any part of this race. I think Bob Berry even got hammered up just a little bit, but was still able to come out and make a great race. Guys did get smushed and ended up with a boatload of damage. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it for us here with the Bandit Racing League. SimTrax Broadcasting going to be signing off here. We'll see you at Talladega with the Bandit Racing League next week. And don't forget to check out the website, either mine or his, where you can definitely find out how to get there and get ready for Fan Appreciation Night at Darlington. Until then, be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll see all you guys next time.